Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our 61st Legends Ceremony. We are proud to be here today at the Terrytown United Methodist Church. This is the second time we've been here to honor a legend. And today we will be honoring Mr. Bill Miller for his contributions to Drive a Senior. And if I got the information right, you've been doing this for a number of years, 17 years?
No, about 10.
10 years and 117,000 miles of driving, to include driving from Austin to Temple once a week, correct? Very good. We also have some other important guests that I would like to recognize. Number one is Miss Susie Miller. Miss Martha Struger, who will be our speaker today. And she is the Executive Director for Drive a Senior. We also have the President of the Board, Mr. Mike Murphy, who will be our presenter today. Before we get started with that part of the ceremony, I'd like to mention a couple of different things about Recognize Good. The Legends program is where we find a person in our society, in the Austin area, who has done something extraordinary, either over a number of years, a number of times, or some extraordinary event. And we found Bill, and we are pleased to honor him today as a legend of Recognize Good. And we normally have about 9 legends a year, and the good news is it doesn't stop here. Because in January, we will have our Say Thanks Austin campaign, and what we will do is publicize this event. And if we can energize the social and professional networks to get the most thank yous, then Bill will have the opportunity to make a $10,000 paid forward donation to the charity of his choice, and I think it's going to be Drive. And we'll find that out at our ceremony at City Hall in Austin on February 17th. We also have a couple of other different programs that I want to mention. One is our Lighthouse Award. The Lighthouse Award is our way of recognizing civic organizations for the work that they do. Again, over a number of years or a number of events like the Rotary Clubs, the Lions Clubs, and other organizations that don't get recognition for the good things they do in our society. We also have what we call our Ethics and Youth Education program, where we stress to high school students the importance of ethics in their daily lives and how that can translate into resumes for jobs. And so that is very important. And the last one we have is what we call our Ethics in Business and Community Awards program. And that's where Recognize Good, in conjunction with the Samaritan Center, recognizes a large business, a medium-sized business, and a small business, as well as a nonprofit and an individual, for demonstrating the highest ethical standards in their business practices. Each May we have that luncheon. The next one is coming up on May 17th, I believe, at the AT&T Center. Right, John? 18th. Okay, at the AT&T Center in Austin. And we will have Earl Maxwell and Bobby Jenkins doing the MC duties on that one, as they will for our Say Thanks campaign closing ceremony at City Hall. And so those are the programs that we have to illuminate the good, and that's our purpose, to find the good and to illuminate the good that we have in our society. And now, to talk more about the good that Bill has done, I'll ask Martha to come up and say a few words.
Martha Stuber. I'm Executive Director of Drive a Senior West Austin. It's one of a network of Drive a Senior offices that provide transportation to clients that are over the age of 60 and live in their own homes. And it's all done for free because it's done from volunteers. And one of our most valued volunteers is Mr. Miller. He drives multiple times during the week. Just a week ago, he drove 9 times in a week. That meant 9 people got to go to a medical appointment or to the grocery store, or to a social activity that they might not have been able to do if it had not been for Bill. In addition to his volunteering with us, he volunteers every Monday with the Veterans Administration, driving the van to the VA clinic in Temple. So any veterans that need to get up there for additional medical services, Bill takes them. So Bill has been doing this. This isn't a recent thing. He's been doing this multiple times a week for 10 years. You know, so I can't think of anybody that could be more deserving of this Recognition Good award than Bill Miller. Thank you.
And it's nice to know that Bill takes Mondays to drive the veterans to Temple and back, because I think on I-35 it probably takes all day to get there. Before we move on to our presentations, what I want to mention is that after the ceremony, please give us an opportunity to take some official photos, and whenever Joel is done, then we can have you, we invite you to come up and take your photos. Our presenter today is Mr. Mike Murphy, who is the president of the board for Drive a Senior.
Thank you. We're delighted to host you here, and thank you for having RecognizeGood be a vehicle for recognizing volunteers, which is the core of what we do. If it weren't for volunteers, it wouldn't happen. It makes a difference. It's very important to us. And Bill is such an outstanding example of the volunteers that we need to carry out this mission. We're just thrilled to be able to recognize him after all the work that he's been doing and will continue to do, of course. Okay,
Okay, Bill?
all right, Bill, come get some goodies.
We'll put Bill right over there. We'll put you in the center.
All right, you'll hand me things?
I will hand you things.
All right.
And the first one is a soup mug with all the symbols that we have on here for RecognizeGood, and $100 Target card.
There's this to you, and there's symbols there, and they all stand for something. There's shining a light from the star, illustrating helping hands from a ribbon, lines and stars of a pentagon representing business and professional connectivity, a dove symbolizing peace, and a heart symbolizing caring. So not just a cup, it's a very special cup.
And if you would, hand this one to Martha as the nominator, and it has $4.
Wow. Nice.
$25 so you can share
Thank you for nominating Bill. Okay.
Amelia.
And this is a living reminder of recognition for the wonderful acts that you've been doing.
Well, very good.
Thank you.
Now, if you would, let's put that in good hands. If you give that to your wife.
Yeah, I'll take the Target card.
And this is our Book of Good Deeds.
Okay, Book of Good Deeds has a number of pieces inside that are very special about this event. And then he gives some others that you can put in pictures or whatever you want to remember what's this recognition. But this is really special.
Oh, very good.
And Bill, we have some extra pages in there that aren't blank,
Yeah.
so any photos from today you'd like to put in there, feel free.
Very good. Yes, thank you.
Our presentation show.
This check for $1,000, and we'll be using this to attract more volunteers and to recognize them because they're the core of what we do in caring for our clients.
I guess we'll pass this one on to Martha.
Bill, the script says that goes in the place of your choosing, okay?
This one.
But smart move,
Yeah.
letting her have that choice.
I thought she could take a picture and then deposit it by mail, you know how they do that?
Oh,
Oh, you got a real one there,
Yes, we do.
And then here is the actual negotiable $1,000 check.
Really?
And,
I guess that one definitely needs to go.
Switch.
Do I get to keep the big one?
There you go.
the
Oh.
big one's for you.
Oh.
Yeah.
And thank you for all your service that led to this.
You're sure welcome.
All right, Bill, the floor is yours.
Well, we'll try to keep it brief. And yeah, thank you, Martha, for those kind words, and Mike, appreciate it. If they keep saying all these nice things, I'm gonna start believing it after a while. I was hoping she'd throw in a few things that weren't, so nice, but anyhow, I do appreciate it. It's kind of interesting, as we mentioned, I think in the little brochure there, I've probably been doing this for about 10 years. Last year, I think Martha was nice enough to nominate me for an award. What was that, Spirit of Volunteerism, I think. And then just this past Sunday, we had the Volunteer of the Year. So, and then now this one, my cup runneth over. So I'd just like to say thank you. Recognize Good, number one, for recognizing the volunteer organizations. And then, of course, Martha and Mike for this Drive Senior. So anyhow, I appreciate it, and we're going to be working hard for the next award that we got a little information on from George earlier, kind of figure out what we need to do, and so we're looking forward to that. So again, I do appreciate the award and accept it with a humble heart.
This has been a tremendous day for Recognize Good to recognize Bill. And Bill, thank you for remembering the Squadron Officer School basics of a briefing. Stand up, be brief, and sit down. We have a lot in common as Air Force officers, but it was truly an honor for us to be here and then to do what we can to help Drive a Senior get more publicity. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our ceremony. Give us a few minutes back at the back of the room to get a few photos, and feel free to take whatever photos you would like. Thank you very much for coming out today.